The soul always knows what it needs to heal, but the greatest challenge is silencing the mind. If you are reading this, it is no accident. You have been led here by something greater than yourself, something beyond the noise of the world. Deep within, you have sensed it, a pull, a whisper, an unshakable feeling that something profound is about to shift. This message is not for everyone. Many will scroll past it, dismissing it as just another story. But for you, the one who has felt different all your life, the one who has sensed there was always more beneath the surface of this world, this message is your confirmation. Something is changing. You are being called to step into a higher purpose. Have you ever wondered why you have felt like an outsider? Why the things that seem to satisfy others never quite fulfill you? It is because you were never meant to conform to the patterns of this world. You are born to stand out, to break cycles, to be a guiding light for those lost in the darkness. Many are called, but few are chosen. From the very beginning, you have felt things others do not feel. You have seen beyond the surface, experienced depths of emotion that others ignore. You have been misunderstood, ridiculed, and even rejected, not because you are lacking, but because your spirit carries something rare, an energy that disrupts. The ordinary, the chosen ones walk a different path. They endure struggles that seem unfair. They face hardships that would break others. But through it all, they rise, strengthened by the very challenges that were meant to destroy them. The trials you have faced have not been meaningless. They were refining you, shaping you, preparing you for the moment that is now at hand. Every betrayal, every disappointment, every season of loneliness, it was all part of your training. You were never being punished. You were being prepared. See, I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. This moment of awakening is not just about realizing your uniqueness. It is about recognizing that you have been chosen for something greater. The weight you have carried, the burdens you have borne, they were never random. They were part of a divine assignment, one that is now being revealed to you. The world has tried to silence you. Society has tried to fit you into a mold. But no matter how much you tried to blend in, something inside you refused to be tamed. That is because your soul knows who you are meant to be. And now that truth is rising to the surface, the shift happening in your life right now is not just another phase. It is a divine transition. You are being called higher. You are being pulled into a new reality, one where the illusions of this world no longer hold power over you. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your perception is changing. What once seemed important now feels insignificant. The things you once chased no longer satisfy you. The people you once surrounded yourself with no longer align with your spirit. This is the first sign of your transformation. The chosen ones do not just go through life blindly following the crowd. They awaken, they question, they seek, and eventually they find themselves standing at a crossroads, a moment when they must decide whether to continue living as they always have or step boldly into their divine destiny. You are at that crossroads now. There is a reason why you feel like something bigger is coming. There is a reason why you have been sensing that your life is about to change. It is not wishful thinking. It is not imagination. It is your soul preparing for what is next. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? The doors that once seemed closed are now beginning to open. The heaviness that once weighed on your spirit is lifting. The things that once held you back are losing their grip. The waiting season is coming to an end. What has been hidden is about to be revealed. What was delayed is now being released, but before you step forward, you must prepare your heart. Stepping into this new season requires leaving behind the things that no longer serve you. The relationships that drained you, the fears that paralyzed you, the insecurities that whispered lies into your mind, all of it must go. No one pours new wine into old wineskins. You cannot carry old mindsets into a new reality. You cannot hold on to the past while reaching for the future. The transformation you are stepping into requires a shedding of everything that has been holding you back, and that is where the battle begins. The moment you decide to embrace your calling, the resistance will come. The enemy does not fight those who are not a threat. The moment you step into your purpose, opposition will rise. But do not be afraid. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. The struggles you have faced have already proven that you are stronger than you think. The enemy tried to break you, but you are still standing. The world tried to silence you, but your voice is rising. The obstacles tried to stop you, but you are still moving forward. The time of questioning is over. The time of doubting is done. You're chosen. You are ready. And nothing can stop what is coming next. This is just the beginning. The shift has started. The transformation is underway. The shift that is happening in your life is undeniable. You can feel it deep within, even if you can't fully explain it. The things that once made sense no longer fit. The people you once resonated with now seem distant. The desires you once chased no longer hold the same weight. This is the sign of an awakening. Your spirit is evolving, and the things that were once familiar are falling away. This is not a sign that something is wrong. It is proof that you are being called higher. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when they must decide stay where it is safe, where it is comfortable, where the world has placed them, or step into the unknown, into the divine purpose that has always been waiting for them. For too long, you have questioned yourself. You have wondered if you were ready. You have allowed doubt to whisper in your ear, convincing you that you are not strong enough, not capable enough, not prepared enough. But that season of hesitation is over. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Everything you have been through was shaping you, refining you, strengthening you for what is coming next. The trials you faced were never meant to break you. They were meant to build you. The people who walked away were not removing something from your life. They were making space for what is truly meant for you. See, I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. This refining process has been painful. You have had to let go of things you once thought were permanent. You have had to release relationships you thought would last forever. You have had to walk away from places that once felt like home. But what you lost was never greater than what is coming. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? The new thing that is coming into your life requires a new version of you. You cannot bring an old mindset into a new season. You cannot carry past fears into a future full of promise. You cannot hold on to what was while stepping into what will be. This is why God has been stripping things away. He has been removing what no longer serves you, closing doors that no longer lead to your destiny, ending chapters that were never meant to last. The waiting season is coming to an end. The delays are being lifted. The opportunities that were blocked are now flowing freely. The weight that you have carried for so long is being released, but you must be ready to step into this next season. You must let go of the things that have been holding you back, the insecurities that have kept you small, the fears that have kept you from moving forward, the doubts that have convinced you to stay silent when you are meant to speak boldly. Not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You are not like everyone else. You have always known that. You have felt it in the way you think, in the way you see the world, in the way you experience life. The things that satisfy others never satisfied you. The things that made others content always left you searching for more. That is because you are never meant to fit in. You are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. God's special possession. Your uniqueness is not a burden, it is your greatest gift. The things that made you feel out of place are the very things that make you powerful. The struggles you have endured have given you wisdom. The battles you have fought have made you resilient. The wounds you have healed from have given you compassion. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. Now the preparation is complete. The refining is finished. The time for questioning is over. You are standing at the edge of something greater than you have ever imagined. The next step is in front of you, and it is up to you to take it. The enemy will try to stop you. The moment you decide to step into your calling, opposition will rise. The voices of doubt will grow louder. The distractions will increase. The obstacles will seem bigger. But do not be deceived. And a weapon formed against you shall prosper. The weapons may form, but they will not succeed. The attacks may come, but they will not break you. The distractions may rise, but they will not delay you. You have been tested, and you have been strengthened. There is nothing that can stand in the way of what God has already set in motion. For your life, this is your time. This is your season. The shift is happening. The old has passed away. The new is here. Everything is about to change, and nothing will ever be the same again. The shift in your life is not just about external changes, it is about internal transformation. You are not just stepping into new opportunities. You are stepping into a new version of yourself. The way you think is changing. The way you see yourself is shifting. The things that once had power over you are losing their hold. You have been through the fire, and yet you are still here. You have faced battles that should have broken you, but you have emerged stronger. You have walked through storms that should have drowned you, but you are still standing. Everything you have endured has been leading to this moment, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. The path you have walked has not been easy. The trials have been relentless. The losses have been painful. The waiting has been long. But through it all, God has been preparing you for something greater. There was never a moment when you were forgotten. There was never a moment when you were abandoned. Every delay, every closed door, every moment of struggle was part of a greater plan. The enemy wanted you to give up, but you refused. The enemy wanted you to settle, but you kept moving. And now the season of waiting is over. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? This is not just a minor shift, it is a complete transformation. The old version of you is gone. The insecurities that once held you back no longer define you. The fears that once controlled you no longer have power over you. The doubts that once whispered lies in your mind have been silenced. You are no longer questioning if you are ready. You are no longer asking for permission. You are no longer waiting for validation from people who are never meant to understand your journey. You have always been enough. You have always been chosen. Many are called, but few are chosen. The chosen ones do not follow the crowd. They do not seek approval from man. They do not settle for what is comfortable. They step into the unknown, trusting that God has already gone before them. They walk by faith, even when the path is unclear. And one pours new wine into old wineskins. You cannot carry old habits, old mindsets, or old fears into this new season. The blessings that are coming require a new level of faith. The opportunities ahead demand a version of you that is fully aligned with God's plan. You cannot hold on to the past while stepping into the future. That is why some relationships have ended. That is why certain doors have closed. That is why you have felt uncomfortable in places where you once felt at home. God has been shifting you, separating you, setting you apart for something greater. The enemy tried to convince you that you were not ready. He tried to make you believe that you are not qualified, but he failed. You have been tested, and you have been strengthened. You have been refined, and you have been equipped. And a weapon formed against you shall prosper. The struggles that once seemed unbearable have now become your testimony. The pain that once made you question your worth has now given you wisdom. The rejection that once broke your heart has now positioned you for something better. The season of struggle is turning into a season of restoration. The things that were delayed are now accelerating. The doors that were locked are now swinging open. The things that once felt impossible are now falling into place effortlessly. You do not have to force what is already yours. You do not have to chase what has already been written in your destiny. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone. What God has for you is already set in motion, and nothing can stop it. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Walk boldly. Speak with authority. Move with confidence. The waiting season is over. The breakthrough is happening. The shift is here, and nothing will ever be the same again. Everything that was meant for you is now aligning. The battles you fought, the prayers you cried out, the moments when you almost gave up, they were all leading you to this moment. Nothing was wasted. Every hardship, every disappointment, every delay was a setup for something greater. You are stepping into the fulfillment of everything God has promised you. The waiting season is over. What once felt impossible is now unfolding effortlessly. The obstacles that once stood in your way are crumbling. The chains that once held you back are breaking. The burdens that once weighed you down are being lifted, for the Lord will go before you. The God of Israel will be your rear guard. You do not have to fight for what is already yours. You do not have to chase what is meant to find you. The time of striving is over. The time of walking in divine favor has arrived. The things you used to struggle for will now come with ease. The opportunities you thought had passed you by are now circling back in better forms. The doors that once shut in your face are now opening without effort. You are no longer fighting for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough, and no longer will you shrink yourself to fit into places that were never meant for you. No longer will you dim your light to make others comfortable. No longer will you allow fear to dictate your steps. The old version of you no longer exists. You have stepped into a new identity, one rooted in power, purpose, and divine authority. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. The attacks may come, but they will not succeed. The distractions may rise, but they will not delay you. The plans of the enemy may try to interfere, but they will not work. The things that used to shake, you no longer have power over you. The things that once made you doubt yourself no longer hold weight. This is not just another season. This is your elevation. This is the moment where everything changes, where the things that were hidden are being revealed, where the things that were held up are being released. I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten. Everything you thought was lost is coming back multiplied. The tears you shed in silence are turning into joy. The years of struggle are turning into years of abundance. The pain you endured is becoming the very testimony that will inspire others. What you are stepping into is bigger than just you. This shift is not just about personal gain, it is about legacy. It is about breaking generational cycles. It is about creating a new path for those who come after you. You are not just receiving a blessing, you are becoming a blessing. You are stepping into a position where your life will uplift, inspire, and guide others. You are walking into a reality where your wisdom, your strength, and your testimony will serve as a beacon for those who are still searching. Behold, I am making all things new. Everything is changing, and nothing will ever be the same again. The future God has prepared for you is greater than anything you have left behind. The promises that once felt distant are now unfolding before your eyes. The purpose that once felt unclear is now being revealed. The waiting season is over. The shift is complete. The breakthrough is here. Walk boldly. Move forward without hesitation. Step into the life that has been waiting for you. This is your moment. This is your time. And nothing can stop what is coming next.